You're listening to the smartest guys in marketing, the best show on the planet for client businesses to learn about traffic, funnels, sales, conversions, and marketing coolness. Chris and Taylor are the founders of Traffic and Funnels, a digital marketing consultancy helping you get paid clients from cold traffic daily. Now, here are your hosts, Chris and Taylor.
Woo! T-Money and C-Nanny. Guys, literally, I can feel the energy from you when I do the intro. When Chris does the intro.
Full
when
lies.
When Chris does the intro, this is what's
It's
like.
very authentic.
Hey,
very
guys.
honest.
Welcome to the most boring podcast in America.
Your face is boring.
Basically. Hey, what are we talking about today, man?
We're talking about if you can't hit seven figures, here's why. Oh my gosh.
The worst.
Oh my God.
Dude. Okay.
Suck
Cool.
up.
Sorry about Chris. Yeah, we're just gonna rap a little bit about, like, we pump out 7-figure business owners like candy. It's what we've done the past 2 years.
I was gonna say something that was probably gonna be offensive, so
We've pioneered. I mean, we've kind of figured it out. Now, what we can't teach you how to do is get an e-com store to 8 figures or $1 billion e-com. We've never done it.
Never done that.
What we can't teach.
We probably could do it.
We can't teach you how to launch a new SaaS company and hit 1,000 users in the first quarter. We've never done it. We may down the road, but what we can teach you how to do, because we've done it hundreds of times, is if you're an expert business, how do you get to 7 figures in income as an expert in the transference of information and skill? So we've just been rapping about this because it's the end of the year, and well, based on when you're getting this, I don't know when this is published. It's either the beginning of the new year or the end of the year. And there's a big,
huge
stumbling block that I think we've identified as probably the most common pattern. When people can't get past a certain point, it comes down to this. And it is a mental/strategic stumbling block that we're going to get into. Anything to add before we dive in?
Well, getting to 500 grand a month in revenue for our personal business. Looking back on that, the picture is painted so clearly for us on exactly how to do that. And so I'm excited to break some of this down, because now that we've been through it, we've gone through the hurdles, jumped over the hurdles, broken through the barriers. We can really help a lot of people get to wherever they want to go.
Hulk smashed through the mountain
Of destiny.
Yeah. So the way this came up is we're looking at taking on some expert businesses, companies, and it'd be an interesting conversation. If you have a brand and you just kind of don't know how to get it past a certain point, you should reach out and talk to us, because we're actually going to be acquiring some of these businesses and companies and growing them for the entrepreneur. And it's a huge opportunity. But one of the guys we're talking to is making some critical mistakes right now that, if you actually look at it, we made the exact same mistakes 2 years ago. And it comes back down to really your faith and trust in the process.
Yeah.
You know, when's the last time that you've been, grilling something or putting something in the oven to bake or cooking something and been like just terrorized and terrified that it's not going to turn out the right way? When's the last time that's happened?
It's probably my first brisket when I smoked it.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
People don't freak out over the process in any other area of life as they do with money. You know, you put a destination into your maps, Google Maps, rate the level of fear that you have that you're not going to get there. It's non-existent. It's not there. At a certain point, we've just come to trust the process that operates our lives on a daily basis. But with money, people have this weird thing that they just can't trust the process. They can't trust the process. They can't trust it. They feel like it's always, going to be, pulling one over on them. And like at the very beginning, when we spent money in ads, we would have a bad day and we would turn ads off. Remember that?
Oh, dude. It was like a freaking roller coaster.
Yeah. I mean, we would have a month and we would have, be doing 10x on paid traffic, and we'd have a bad week and we would just turn traffic off. We're like, oh, the process doesn't work. It's over. The market's
Nobody wants to
crashed.
buy anymore.
And we just didn't trust the process enough to make it through the trenches. And you test someone's ability not when the process is working out, but when the process is not working out, and whether they continue implementing the process when it doesn't look good. Because that's when the entrepreneurs who are really at the top, that's where they shine. That's where they're different.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll know how people will survive based on how they weather the storm. Right? Like if you've a master sailor, he's been through a lot of storms. And so how he reacts in the moment and how he deals with things, like, that, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He's going to make it out. And so we see so many times people who they're true experts in their business. They truly understand how to help people. But there's these things that are in this, quote, stormy weather, whether it's Facebook ads or getting people to convert or sales or whatever it might be, where they keep going into the storm and they know they need to get to the other side, but instead they just turn around.
Yeah.
And they go the opposite direction. They shut their ads off, they stop talking to people, whatever it might be, because they just don't know how to react.
Yeah, 100%. So we're going to take this guy's business and we're going to not change anything. We're just going to actually double down on the process. Are you spending, 10 grand a month in ads? He's terrified to spend more. We're just going to go in and we're going to spend 50 grand on ads. We're just going to double down on the process. And I think we talk to enough people every day. We're just like, look, if you would just take 20 calls. And they're like, but what if it doesn't? Just shut up for a second. Just be quiet. Like, just take 20 calls. Just spend $1,500 on ads. But what if if you would just do it, if you would just implement the process, if you would just try it, if you would just disconnect from the results for just a little bit and implement the process, your life would never be the same. But for whatever reason, we live in a day and age where people cannot disconnect themselves from the fear of what if it doesn't work out.
Yeah. It's generally all tied back to money.
Yeah.
But you can always get money back. You can never, ever get time back.
Yeah, so I wrote this down. This is the cost of letting fear determine your decisions instead of letting your vision determine your decisions. Like, dude, when we were back in the day and we had a bad week and we turned ads off, we weren't thinking about our vision or our goals. We were thinking about what if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Anytime you make a decision based on what if it doesn't work, you just screwed yourself. You've really missed out on an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because fear never lends itself to breakthrough.
Anything good.
No.
Generally, yeah. So let's talk about kind of what the process is. Like, what does that actually mean?
Bro, you talk about it.
There's so many things where
I don't know the process. I just say it. I just say process. I don't know what it is.
It just sounds really good. No, there's fundamental pillars that you have to achieve in your business. Right? We talk about this quite a bit, especially with our clients, because there's so many things that can pull you in because they're magic bullets. There's all the things that are shining, they look really sexy and pretty, but those are not the fundamental things that are going to get you to what you want your business, right? That's time, freedom, that's money, whatever it is for you. And so the first thing is attracting people to your message. Okay. And that can come by organically posting on Facebook. It can come by Facebook ads. There's obviously a multitude of ways that can come, right? That's tactics, how to attract people. But the fundamental thing is actually getting that attention, attracting people to you, getting that message where they see that you have something to offer them, a value, and they want to talk to you. The other part is talking to those 20 people, providing value, leading them to a place where they understand that they have an issue, they have a problem, and that you can help them. Right?
Yep.
That's the other part of the process. And so people are so freaked out when they come in. They're like, oh my God, I have this blog and I don't know what to do with it. And I think I should do a podcast, and I've been thinking about writing a book. It's like, no, these are all ancillary things that you can do one day. But if you don't understand how to get attention from people and get them interested in what you have to do, what you're saying, and how you can help them. Like you're missing. That's the first part. And then getting on the phone with them and leading them to a decision to work with you. Like that is the process, especially if you're an expert, which we work mostly with. And
Only
you want to go
with.
to, you go with, to a 7-figure business, 6-figure business. Like that's what we're talking about. The fundamental pillars of the process.
Now, like, can you get to a 7-figure business by writing books? Yeah. Can you get to a 7-figure business doing SEO? Yeah. We get into conversations all the time with people in our ads where they're like, oh, SEO does work. I do SEO and I made 7 figures. It's like, well, yeah, I know a guy who only eats grass and nothing else, and he has a 6-pack, but that doesn't mean I want to do that. We're talking about the fastest path. We're talking about the fastest way. We're not talking about, like, look, you can make anything work eventually if you are patient enough and want to not have a life. You can make anything work. But where we specialize is really what's the fastest way to get there? And it's not SEO. And it's not writing a book. And if you have a book, that's great. But we have so many clients who have gotten to the 7-figure level who don't have a book. They don't have good SEO, but they've mastered the fundamentals here of like generating the attention of their market and knowing how to have a conversation with them to turn that attention into revenue.
Yeah. And there's so much untapped potential out there right now. And it just brings to mind this conversation I had the other day with someone who's, I think, a great copywriter. And he has like so much inside of him that he can really help clients achieve greatness and big things. But he's been playing on the outskirts. He's been watching us from a distance. He's on the memos. And we got on the phone because he wanted to talk about getting into the client kit, which is our program we help experts grow their business with. And so I just kind of called him out. I'm like, dude, you need to stop playing on the sidelines. You need to get off the bench, get your ass in the game. And this whole thing was like, oh, well, I just, I'm not sure. I don't have the money to get into the client kit. I was like, dude, I want you to get like 5 people on the phone and go freaking sell somebody your copywriting services. Just do it. Like I pushed him really, really hard.
Yeah.
And guess what? He did it that day. He went and got people on the phone, sold a guy, and he was able to jump in. And now we're able to work with him closely, with us and our team to help him build out a consulting offer so he can actually grow a sustainable business. And so there's so many people that are sitting on the sidelines. They have like hits here and there. They have months where they do 5K, maybe 15K. They're up and down. They don't have the consistency. And so what you dialed in this process, it gives you that consistency. You know it. You were there. I was there before we started Traffic and Funnels.
Yeah. Real quick, you mentioned the memos. Let me just read something to you about the memos.
Do it.
Just wanted you to say that I could do that.
You don't have to wait for me, bro.
We just got this comment on one of our ads. And I thought I would read it to you because it's such a good example of what we're talking about and really figuring out anyways. He said the memos are great. They're so great. I was actually skeptical that they're only $7 a month. The content, the teaching, the examples have all been gold. Here's the thing. We all pay more than this a month for Netflix. And these memos actually add value to your life and business. So if you can't afford the memos, you need to cancel a video subscription or maybe drink 1 less Starbucks a month. They're worth a lot more than 7, but don't tell Chris and Taylor I said that. I was just thinking about this, man. Like, when people have the opportunity to invest into their business at such a low barrier and they don't, you got to ask yourself, like what do you really want in your life? Like, what are you prioritizing? Because it's like, we talk to people all the time. We're like, man, I want to build $1 billion company. It's like, okay, cool. Like, what are you spending your money on? They're like, oh, I just bought a house. And it's like, well, how much money do you have in your bank account? Like $10,000. It's like, bro, you're a freaking loser. You're not going to have $1 billion company ever because you can't make decisions now based on the results you want later. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you see people on our ads and our groups, and it's like they want so bad, like to get $10,000 a month or something stupid. Like they want to get $8,000 a month or $12,000 a month, but it's like they can't get themselves over the hump to just invest $7 into training. And it's like, bro, that person, I'm just stepping on toes right now because it's just the truth. Like, It's the way that capitalism works, man. Like, not everybody can be successful and not everybody should be successful because we have to have baristas and we have to have Uber drivers and we have to have people to work 9 to 5 jobs. And if you are saying you want to be an entrepreneur, but you're not willing to put in the time and money to follow the process, then
Shut up.
you're never gonna get it. Like, you need to stop talking. Like, I will never forget waking up at 4:30 every single morning for 14 months, spending money on an Amex, money that I never got back. I got burned on courses just like everybody else. So when people whine about like, I spent money on a coach and it didn't work out, it's like, tough, man. You learn from it. You learn from it. And too many people are learning the wrong lessons and they're retreating. They're like, oh, I got burned one time, so I'm just going to not invest anymore. It's like, bro, I like a venti double shot, light heavy cream, write it down because I'll see you at Starbucks in a year and you can make it for me. It's like they're missing the stamina, bro.
Yeah.
It's going off. Sorry. I'm done.
No, it's good. It's good. Anything else on that?
No, it was just,
I think we can just leave it there.
I just needed to like abuse something with somebody today.
I mean, I feel abused by you every day.
Yeah. We're not going to get any likes on this episode.
So if you like this podcast, go subscribe, leave a review. It's true.
Yeah.
Though. It's true. Stop
We're gonna
talking.
I'm going to write
doing.
a book. I'm going to write a book called How to Achieve Everything You Want in Life. 250 pages. Every single page is going to be blank except for the very end. And it's just to say, do the right things. What do you think about that? Sell it for like $1,000, high ticket book.
New York Times bestseller.
Bro, do you know anybody who's doing the right things and not getting the results that they want? Me either. Fancy that. Crazy. When you look at your life and you feel like you're not getting the results you want, you need to look at your behavior because there's something wrong with your behavior. You're not doing the right things because the right things always produce the right results. The results pay homage to the process. It's how it works.
Yep.
It's how it's always worked. That's all I got.
Yeah. And if you cannot, like for the life of you, get out of your own head. If you can't do it, then you have to get with people who understand the process very well. If not, you'll just stay where you are or you'll go work at Starbucks.
Which there's nothing wrong with. Like, dude, I've had a few bad baristas and they make my life miserable. We need good baristas, people who take it seriously.
Okay.
Why are you laughing, bro?
Hey, TravelingFunnels.com/gift. Go get that, GIFT, and leave a review on iTunes. We'd very much appreciate it. Love you guys.
Oh, very much.
See ya.
Guys, wanted to let you know about something really exciting coming up that Chris and I are doing in January. Okay, so the fourth week of January during a Wednesday, Thursday, we are hosting our very first live event that's open to the public. Now, we've done a lot of live events with our private 12-month consulting and advertising clients. These people have paid us anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 to work with us for a 12-month stretch. But this is actually the first time that we're gathering people in a room where you don't have to pay that kind of money. And we're going to be breaking down some of the tools, frameworks, systems, advertising strategies, copywriting, sales, etc., for how we built our business and really grew it quickly from the zero to about the $5 million per year mark. Now, this is a huge opportunity. We are limiting it to 30 people because if we have 180, 300 people, 500 people, we lack the customization that we're known for, being able to go specific into certain people's businesses, et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, I wanted to give you that information. And if you want to be a part of this or just get more information on what it's going to look like, how it's going to work, you can go to trafficandfunnels.com/event and it'll put you on a page. We'll give you the details, the itinerary, and the costs associated and how to get an event ticket. But I recommend doing this quickly. Go check it out, peruse through that page if it sounds like something you're interested in. Fill out a quick form. You don't have to pay anything to get more information and have a conversation with somebody on our team. And we can kind of tell where you're at, whether it makes sense for you to be there or not. And really, really, really looking forward to this special party that we're throwing. Talk soon.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.